All right, welcome everybody. I see that we have quite a few people on here. Most of you are probably elite members or pro members. Some of you don't know what that means. I want to be able to get to all of your questions after I review some things. Just some quick notes here. We're going to review the Unifii site real quick for those of you that are new to all this. And then I'm going to go into I'm just going to cover some things that I have some notes here on. The video for skeptics. I was a skeptic to this thing. I come in now to everything in the crypto industry very skeptical, very cautious. I want to make sure that those of you that didn't see the video that I made after I spoke with the CEO, know where to find that. And then some of you think you have a position, but you don't. And it's in pre-launch right now. It's free to get a position. So I want to make sure that you guys are all settled. I'm going to go through a bunch of things here. Those of you that are in the VIP group, I know not all of you know what that is, but those of you that are in it, you can kind of follow along, look for the posts and see everything I'm going to cover today. Then I'm going to get into the questions and answers. I want to be able to first address the questions of our first 25 elite members, which we promised to do to kind of prioritize this. You guys always connect with me quickly. And then we'll open it up for questions to the rest of the elite members. Then we'll open it up to pro members. Then we'll open up questions to everybody, which I didn't plan to do when I organized this call, but we have so much going on. And I do feel it is an unprecedented situation. It's really unusual to find a company this young in pre-launch that is giving the indications that this is of how solid it will be and how long-term it will be and how much integrity they have, which is obviously extremely important in the crypto space and something that has eluded most of us so far. I want you guys to be able to determine that on your own, but I'm convinced, and I was extremely cautious and skeptical. So if you're cautious and skeptical, I just encourage you to look at it closely enough to get your own read on these guys. These guys are different. These guys actually care about people, and I just haven't felt that. I thought we had some strong leaders in the crypto space before that were good at marketing and that were serious about business, and that was important in terms of having a sustainable program. But this is different. This goes a whole nother level than that. And I've spoken personally at length with the CEO, the CMO, who's head of their marketing. These guys actually care. And that's something that I have seen in the past in old school network marketing, and they were the only companies I would align with. And it's something that I really feel here. It's a really value-based company. They're really looking at making a difference in the world beyond just money. There's just a lot of really cool things. So I hope you'll take a serious look if you're cautious and skeptical as I was. That's all I recommend, because I do think this is extraordinarily unique, being that it's in pre-launch. You're here extremely early, and it is so solid on so many different levels. First, I want to do a quick review of Unifii, just real fast. The real purpose of these calls are the Q&As, but there's so much going on. I need to cover this stuff. It's a beautiful site for a pre-launch company. It's absolutely incredible. Again, they focus on education. They're going to launch first with products and services around cryptocurrency, but they're going to expand so far beyond that. And that's what really impresses me, is the experience that Ron, the CEO, has in education around just financial empowerment, understanding how to set your kids up to be able to retire. Again, we wouldn't want them to actually retire it in their 20s, but to have them have that as an option and then to be able to use that money to pursue dreams and an amazing life for themselves. That's an incredible opportunity that most families don't know how to provide to their kids. That's where this company is going, is to be able to empower people with that kind of information and knowledge and the tools to be able to do that kind of stuff outside of just crypto. It's not just about crypto. They're launching with that, and that's going to be a core feature, obviously, because it's such an exciting time as an asset class and the opportunities there, but it's so much more than that. The wealthy have access to tools and knowledge and resources and just strategies that your middle class, even upper middle class, and certainly those that are struggling financially have no clue about or how to tap into. This company's offering to empower us with that kind of knowledge. And the thing is, you usually see the people who know this kind of stuff, coming off a little callous and cold, and that doesn't necessarily mean they always actually are, but that's the read that you often get, is they're really focused on money only. But what really sold me on this was, as I was connecting with Ron and hearing about his experience and his knowledge, and he was running through the vision and what they're going to offer with this company beyond just crypto education, I was just deeply moved by how much care there is and passion for helping others, and how in touch he is with that part of it. And that's what really sold me on a different level than I was expecting. And it's really what I needed to have the courage to go full throttle into something again. So again, I want you guys to get your own read on that. I mean, the site doesn't give you all of that. I am going to try to, I'll shorten it down, but try to take clips of the conversation. We recorded it on Zoom that I had. It was a real intimate conversation. We didn't know it'd be something we'd be sharing, but I would like to splice it up and get it out there so you can get a read on who Ron is. And I want to have a webinar with Ron on, the CEO, Ron Monterulli, and the CMO, John. Very impressive, very strong communicators, but again, it goes beyond that. And it's not just about what the company's offering, although that's a huge piece of why I'm excited about this. It's also the experience, the background, the commitment to compliance on a whole nother level than we've seen before. So a lot going on. The Unifii site, as I said, is impressive. Watch the videos, take the time to see what's going on. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see a link that says affiliate. You can click there and study the compensation plan. It doesn't go into some nuances that are actually some of the most exciting parts of it, but there's enough here that you can see that it's simple to understand, but still powerful, and it is extremely powerful. But there is another layer to it. So after you guys have spent some time, absorbing this, I am going to do a webinar on a whole nother level of this comp plan that's extraordinary. One of the aspects of it is it's a matrix. I didn't used to like matrices because it would usually bring on a bunch of freeloaders, people that just wanted you to do it for them. And while there's an aspect of being able to get lucky here, absolutely, it's intelligently designed. It's intelligently designed so that if somebody does get lucky and a matrix goes underneath them, there's incentives there for them to want to reach and stretch and to contribute, which I think is really important for a lot of different reasons. So study this stuff, look at it. It's going to launch soon. And when it launches, that's when we have to decide, are we going to buy the product? Do we believe in this company? Do we believe in the product enough to want to put our money out? And I don't know when it's launching exactly, if it's in 1 week or 2 weeks or 10 days, it's somewhere in there. A countdown is going to appear in your back office when you log in soon, so we know exactly when that date is, but it's coming up. Right now, they're testing the heck out of everything. But take the time now and really encourage the people you've introduced this to take the time to study it so that you can get a read on these guys yourself. So you can make this determination that I've made for myself for yourself. And so you can be excited genuinely about it because of what you're seeing, and decide at the time that they launch if you want to get the product and if you want to be a part of this or not. Because if you're kind of looky-looing around right now and you don't take the time to do that, when it comes time to launch, it might pass you by. Again, I don't really want to be the one to convince you. I'm telling you, and most of you know, I've been around the block a few times. I've had extraordinary successes and I've had some embarrassing public failures. I've been through the gamut. And I'm saying this is definitely worth your time to at least take a serious look at, to determine on your own if it's what I've determined it is. And I would suggest you do that before launch day, because we have a lot of tools, resources, we got a marketing funnel, we got all kinds of things in place where if you come to that determination now, you're going to want to put yourself behind this and get a part of the pre-launch momentum. And as I say, then when it's time to launch, you can make that decision if you want to move forward with this or not. If you don't take that time now, you'll be playing catch up when it's launch time. And you might absolutely then just miss it because you don't see it. Because when I first came here, I came cautious, skeptical. It looks like, at first glance, looks like a good site. I watched the videos, they look like really good videos. They're excellent videos, in fact, for a pre-launch company. And that was all nice. But, that's not what's going to sell me. I mean, I was impressed. Like this, video right here for a pre-launch company. This is really well put together. Watch these things. But when I first came here, I was like skeptical. In fact, when Ron the CEO met me, he was like, usually people, I like to, expect that they would meet me before they, criticize the company, because I was pretty harsh on the company initially, because I'm harsh on every company now when I'm first looking at them. Um, Again, take the time to study the site. If you're cautious and skeptical, totally get it. Take the time to take a serious look. I'm going to go back to my notes here. I made a video, I said, after meeting with Ron. Again, I'm going to take some clips of the actual discussion, the Zoom call I had with him, and get that out there so you can get that same read that I did from that kind of intimate discussion. But I also made a video of my impressions and everything that they went over that overcame my skepticism and my concerns. And that was emailed to you. If you opted into a page that looks like this, which most of you did, then you were sent an email that has a link in it with the video where I cover what they addressed with me in that meeting that allowed me to arrive from being very skeptical and concerned to being extremely excited and seeing that everything from compliance, which was my biggest concern, to the product and the vision of the company, like I talked about at the beginning of this, very, very impressive. So if you didn't see that video yet, check the email. You would have gotten it after you opted into this form, and look for a link in there to that video where I cover my impressions and what they covered with me during that call that it really took me from being skeptical to being excited. And it's solid stuff. Like, I'm really looking for solid stuff now. It's what I need. I want to talk a little bit about the matrix and the pre-launch and getting a position. A lot of you came into this page and you thought you were getting a position, but you didn't. And you still don't have a position. Again, it's free to get a position. And then you're on the team, and then you're going to be able to learn more. You're going to be able to log in to the Unifii site and start building the team matrix. Get help from people on your team. And start building this thing. It's free to get a position, and while you're learning, and it's obviously easy to get people excited. It's a really, if it's what I'm saying it is, then you should, and you come to that determination. You know how big of a deal this can be. It's extremely rare to find a solid company in pre-launch. But if you don't actually have a position, you're totally missing out right now. And you're not able to log in. You're not able to see stuff that everyone else can see. You're not able to build a team. You're not able to get help from people to build a team. You're not tied in with us. So I'm concerned because a lot of people, I don't think they watched my whole video. I don't know, but they opted in and then they didn't take the next step. And the next step is when you opt in, you get forwarded to a page that looks like this. You have to go to sign up and take that next step. And you have to fill this. It's not what it looks like, but if you actually are at a referral, well, let me just show you. Let me just show you, because this is so important, guys. And those of you who have referred people to this page, if you see that people opted in, but they're not in your group, you need to reach out to them and let them know, because they might think they have a position. So it forwards you here, and then you have to go here, and you have to act, well, it knows that I am who I am, but then you get to sign up, which it will look like this. And you have to fill this out. It only takes a second. It's free right now to get a position. So you can have a position and get plugged in, and again, have the benefit of starting to build a matrix in the pre-launch. But a lot of you don't have a position yet and you think you do. So again, when you opted into this page, you got an email. Let me go back to it. You got an email. One of the things in that email was the video I was talking about that shared my impressions and what I learned after my meeting with the CEO and the CMO. But the other thing in that email is a link to this site. So go find that email, click sign up. I mean, if you don't know, if you did, make sure you're signed up. Make sure you have a position. You would know because you would have gotten an email from Unifii with your login, and you'd be able to log in. That's the one thing. The other thing is reach out to the person who referred you. In the email that you got after you signed up into this form, in the email that you got, there's your sponsor information at the bottom. Reach out because they can help you. They can tie you in. I mean, that's how we're building this matrix together. And look at how, it's growing, man. I mean, it is really, really going. I can, this is a big deal in pre-launch to be able to get the jump on something like this. So reach out to your sponsor. Don't be timid. Don't be shy. Do your due diligence, as they say. This is the real deal from my perspective. I want you to come to that determination on your own, though. It's worth it to take the time, and it doesn't take much time to see that this is different. So a lot of you, you logged in, you signed up with this, but you didn't take that next step and get a position. Make sure you have a position. If you don't know, reach out to your sponsor. They'll help you figure it out. Get tied in so you can learn during pre-launch what's going on here. And then again, those of you who've been referring people to that lead capture page, if you see that they came into the lead capture page but they didn't get a position, reach out and let them know. Let them know what it means. And as I say, study up now so you can decide at launch day if you want to move forward with this. Take the time now. Don't play catch up later when you see all the excitement. I just want to talk for a minute about the system that we have in place to help people do this. Like, it doesn't just stop there. This is just a really simple version of looking at it, but we build a lead capture page for you, like the one that I just showed you, and has a follow-up email, and it forwards to your sign-up page. And again, it's free to get a position, so it's kind of a no-brainer. If you take a look at this and you say, this might be something, it's time to take a little action, because you're getting also a system to help you build it. Now, we were building free funnels. Now we have over 200 people on the waiting list. We're trying to build those as fast as we can. We have to build them one at a time because we have to get your link. We have to put your personal information on the email follow-up. We've got 5 full-time people working their tails off to build those free funnels. If you want to jump in line and pay a little bit to get the funnel faster, to help pay for the team that builds this, there's an opportunity to do that. Just talk to your sponsor. We can get you that funnel. You can get going. If you want to just get in line for the free funnel and see if we can get to you before the pre-launch ends, go ahead and do that. After it launches, we'll then build a new funnel for everybody that's gonna be more robust. But what I want you to know is we have your back, and we don't just build the funnel. I actually give you the marketing. We help you build a YouTube account, even if you've never done it before. We give you the videos. We kind of show you how to make a little bit of your own unique content. But even if that doesn't get a lot of traction, the videos I'm giving you will start to give you leads that come in through your system. So we don't just give you the system, we help you do the marketing. And we've got a lot of people that are starting to get some major traction on their YouTube videos that were never able to get traction before because I'm giving them the marketing. So talk to your sponsor about that, the person who referred you here, about how we can plug you into the system and give you the marketing. I'm telling you, we got it all here. We're very serious about making this go big and helping people who want to make it go big, go big. We got different Facebook groups you want to be tied into. You might want to write these down, because this is how you do your due diligence. This is how you determine what's going on. This is how once you see this is something you want to be part of or might want to be part of, you start building using our funnel during pre-launch. This is where you get the help you need to get the most out of this. One of the Facebook groups is called Unifii Team Builder. Ask your sponsor to add you to that group. The other one is called Unifii Nation. Definitely ask your sponsor to add you to that group. That group, you have to have a position in Unifii, which again right now is free during pre-launch to get into, but all of you should if you're on here. And then there's the VIP group for those that are pro or elite members with our funnel. Those are kind of the serious business builders. If you're not ready for that, that's fine. You can grow into that. You can talk to your sponsor about that if you want the extra perks of working with those that are really serious about making this go. But at the very least, get into Unifii Nation and Unifii Team Builder Facebook group, so you're tied in. You're also going to see the high quality, high caliber people that are attracted to this. It is unique, and that tells you a lot, and you'll see that yourself when you come into these groups. We're developing a really solid leadership structure, so while it's really cool that you can get spillover, some of you will see spillover right away. Some of you, it might take a couple months before you start seeing significant spillover. But I assure you, I'm going to be, I haven't done any advertising or anything yet. After this thing launches, I'm going to do massive advertising, and so are a lot of other people, and that creates spillover because the matrix builds in a 3x3. And so if you don't see spillover right away, don't worry. Like, we're going to build this thing big. And those who know who I am, I do big marketing. I haven't even started yet. Now, some of you started getting spillover already, and those of you who raise your hand, those of you who have uploaded your picture back here, you do those little steps, you have a higher likelihood of getting spillover sooner because people see that you're paying attention. Those of you get added to the groups, those of you that are paying attention, offering to be a part of the process, obviously have an advantage in getting spillover sooner. But even if you're doing those things, you don't see it yet, you will. When we turn on the advertising, it's going to go crazy. But what I want to say about this is it can't stop at just marketing. We're really strong at marketing. We're really strong at bringing people in, and that's a huge advantage to everybody here, of course, but it can't stop there. There's going to have to be leadership development. Now, that doesn't have to be you, but the more people contribute to communicating, to learning and passing that on. For example, if you're Shona here and you got some spillover, and she did, these are all people that were just given to her. If she's willing to reach out to them and make sure that they understand, hey, do you know we have a marketing funnel here that can help you? Do you want a marketing funnel? Are you in the Unifii Nation Facebook group? Well, let me add you. Did you know that there's a webinar tonight with Mike Klingler? Here's the link. Like, the more we have that going on, the bigger this is going to grow, the bigger this is going to build. And so coming back here, I kind of look at this as level 1, level 2, level 3. Now, before even level 1, level 2, level 3, there's the looky-loos. And I know we probably have looky-loos here, and that's okay. I'm really trying to help you understand this is unique, it's extraordinary, it deserves your attention to at least take a serious look at. And I think if you do, you're going to want to move to level 1, which is you get a funnel. You start marketing with our system. I'm giving you YouTube videos. I'm helping you write emails to any old lists you might have. If you don't have any list, I'm giving you marketing videos to post on YouTube. If you don't have a YouTube channel, we're giving you really simple training to get it set up. These are people that have a funnel, they're marketing with our help, and they're just getting started. Level 2, I call the budding leader. That's people with level 1. You're marketing with our system and our tools and our help, and you have a few people signed up, and we have tons of people at that stage. That's when you get on our radar, and that's when we start, working with you and think, okay, should we start directing some marketing into your area? Now, again, it might take us time, but that's what we're doing, and that's what we will do. We will fill up that matrix. Level 3 is the leader, and that's someone who's got the marketing going with our help. They've got a couple people signed up, but they also have a good team growing. And let's go look at an example of that real quick. I made a post going into this really deeply that describes, to those of you who want to go big with this, once you do your due diligence and you see how big of a deal this really is, to have a solid company with the values that they do and the experience and the background they do, and focused on education. So it's fantastic for a funnel, because as most of you know in marketing, leading with education is key, and the crypto space needs lots of education, and people need education around financial empowerment. And because of who these guys are, I believe they're going to become an extremely well-known company throughout the world teaching people this stuff. Again, you can determine that on your own, but you got to do your due diligence to be able to see that. So I went over how we're going to develop the leadership for those that see that. And if we click here, like this is, someone at a level 3, Andy. He signed a few of these up. A couple of his people have signed a few people up. He's marketing. Some of his people are marketing with our funnel, and he's gotten spillover. This is starting to become a developed team. And I outlined in this post, how we want to work with people like Andy to make sure we can grow this big, to make sure we can help the people. If I click the down arrow here, I don't know if you guys can see this, but if I click the down arrow, it would open up. It's actually growing below that as well. We need to make sure that Renee and April, all these people, Catherine, are taken care of, are plugged in, and we need Andy's help to do that. We might need Laura's help to do that. So those of you who understand what I'm talking about, who see, once you do your due diligence and you see how big this could be because of who the people are behind this company, what their vision is, and because of the marketing that we're in, the level of the help that we're giving you, then you want to plug in and help us, because that's just placing people underneath you. That's one thing. Fantastic. Us giving you a marketing funnel and helping you with the marketing to contribute to growing with the marketing and growing all this, fantastic. But we have to take it one step further. We need to create relationships. We need people that understand how life-changing this can be if we build a real organization. So we're looking for those people now. And a lot of people are appearing, of course, because they're using our system. They're getting some people signed up. Just understand that that's got to become part of this as well. It can't just be the marketing. There's got to be leadership development. And if you're in any of the groups, look for this post that describes how that works. Again, you can be a looky-loo as long as you want, but if you want life-changing results, you got to step up and contribute or support and follow what's going on to some degree, obviously, or you're going to miss it. Let's see here. Where was I? I think we're about ready to open this up to questions. Let's see here. So first, I'm going to open this up to questions to our elite members who are in the first 25. And those of you that are kind of new to all this, you're not going to know what I'm talking about, elite members, and I don't have time to get into it now. And please don't worry about that right now. After launch, we'll go deeper into, you know, all the different ways someone can participate with our system and the perks. And right now, just like get involved however you can. Learn what you need to learn, go to the site, study the comp plan, reach out to your sponsor, you know, maybe get a marketing system going, like just do what you can right now. Don't overcomplicate it, but just know there's different levels of participation in terms of working closely with me and for those that want to, and having perks with the system that we'll get into after launch. Right now, there's no time for that. We need to focus on the Unifii launch. It's in pre-launch right now. It's an exciting moment in time, and we want to focus there. I just want you to know that if you're not an elite member, don't raise your hand yet. So Robin, we have Robin here to help me manage this. Robin, I was going to suggest you might want to lower hands because people might not have known that. They might have already raised their hand who aren't elite members. So you might want to, let me look here.
Right now, I only see 2 hands up.
Okay,
so
cool.
Hopefully that'll break the ice for the rest of y'all.
Right, we have, it looks like we have 75 people here.
Yeah.
So,
All right,
you know,
3 hands.
3 hands. Okay, so elite members only on that are in the first 25 list. Once we address their questions, we'll open this up to all elite members in a moment, but don't raise your hand yet, and yes, unless you're one of the first 25 elites, because
So
that is a
I see Ian, Terry Anderson, Ian Duff, Terry Anderson, Tina Pruitt, who are all on the top 25.
Okay, Robin, let me just kind of run through this quick. I want people to understand the protocol here. So first, we're going to open this up to the first 25 elite members. Once we've addressed all of their questions, we'll open this up to all elite members. Don't raise your hand yet unless you're in the first 25. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just wait. And then we're going to open this up to all pro members. And again, it's okay if you don't know what that is. You can ask your sponsor. And then we're going to field questions from everyone. And I'll stay here as long as my voice will let me and my body will let me. So Robin, go ahead and start with the first question from one of the first 25 elite members.
Okay, so let's go to Ian since he was the first one with his hand up. Ian Duff, unmuted.
Hi, guys.
Hey there, Ian.
Thank you so much, Mike. And doing all right, my friend. Hey, got a quick question. It's actually relating to the funnel system. I have a couple of folks on my team that are currently with Siwi. There are now with Unifii as well. They don't have a pro level funnel. So the question is, if they pay to get the pro level funnel now for Unifii, would that qualify them for the pro level status with Siwi as well?
That's correct. Although, let me be really clear. And again, I want to address those that don't know exactly what we're talking about. That's okay. We will address the nuances of our system and how comprehensive it is and helping people generate cryptocurrency commissions and leads in a really deep, awesome way. We'll talk about that after Unifii launches. Right now, we need to focus just on Unifii, but I do want to answer Ian's question. So Ian, yes. But just let them know that we won't build the Siwi funnel or the more comprehensive funnels until like a couple of weeks after Unifii launches, so we can stay focused right now. So what that will do for them right now, if they become pro, will immediately build their Unifii pre-launch funnel, and then as soon as Unifii launches, we'll quickly build their robust funnel that we're going to have after Unifii launches. And then when things from the launch kind of die down, then we'll build their Siwi and other supportive marketing funnel benefits.
That's awesome. Thank you. That's what I was hoping to hear, and I just wanted to clarify that. So thank you so much, Mike. Great news.
Yeah, great to have you here, man.
Thank you.
Okay, got it. Awesome sauce. I'm gonna scroll down here. Let's go to Tina Pruitt because I know she's probably on a time zone that's not ours. So let's unmute Tina, and then Terry gonna go to you, and then Teresa gonna go to you.
Hi guys, it's
Hey,
Tina.
hey Tina.
So actually time zone not too bad. I was surprised, but not too bad at all. And thank you. Oh, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, perfectly. And just to let everybody know, you're still in Panama, right?
I am. I'm in Panama City and have been working at the Seaweed corporate office here until I won't be home till Sunday. So
Wow, that's
it's
awesome.
getting lots done, and we'll update on that at another time. So,
Awesome.
very, very, very amazing experience. And so I had posted, and you had answered very, clearly that people coming in can now pay for a pro funnel, and then we can automatically add them to VIP once they have paid for the pro funnel, correct?
That's correct.
I want to make sure, everyone is hearing that as well, just because I've seen a few questions come through, to myself, and quite frankly, some of them are just to me, and I know some are posted. So I just want to make sure that everyone knows that that is a possibility for people to get right in now into the pro. And then, do you have any idea, and I hate to put you on the spot, but do you have any idea when you may open Elite back up?
Um,
Sorry,
no,
I've had the
it's
question,
okay.
so I just wasn't sure.
I'd like to know the answer. For those that are listening and that don't know what Elite is and Pro is, I just want to make sure you understand we have different levels of participation with the system. And it goes Elite, Pro, and Free. And we maxed out our team trying to do free. Like it got crazy, and it becomes impossible to do free for everybody all the time. So we just started to create a waiting list that when it's downtime for our team, we'll catch up on the free funnels. But as the lines are getting so big, and some people are at the bottom of that free list, and they want a unified pre-launch funnel. So we're saying, okay, to be fair to everybody and to make sure we're funding the team, because we got 5 full-time people now, and obviously it's economically to move faster, we need funds. So we're saying people pay $100 every 3 months. They don't have to commit to that, but that's, if they want to keep going after 3 months, they would pay $100 again. We'll build their unified pre-launch funnel now, and they can get our marketing and start growing this thing and jump to the front of the line. Because if it's just a few people, we can build them really fast. But when it's like hundreds of people, it starts to really slow down. So that was an option that we made. And then there's the Elite option. But right now, why Tina's asking this is the Elite option is so nuanced, and like new people are so new to all this that if I start running through, if they start asking the question, well, what's the difference between Elite and Pro? It starts to become a really complicated discussion. And I don't want people to get slowed down on the focus, which is Unify's pre-launch, just to understand the benefits of Elite versus Pro. So we remove the option to join Elite right now, even though that's more money for us because it's like a higher option and it has all these perks, because I just don't want to slow people down trying to figure out, should I do Pro, should I do Elite? So Tina's asking, when will we open that back up for those that know what Elite is with the perks of Elite? My best answer right now, Tina, is after Unify launches and everything's settled down, right? Because it's just so crazy right now, which I suspect would be within like 10 days after launch of Unify. So sometime late this month, then I'll have a webinar that discusses the difference between Elite and Pro. And then, we'll open that option back up at that time. And those who came in at Pro would be able to upgrade to Elite if they wanted to. But for those that are new to all of this, if you want a Unify funnel now, like if you've seen enough that you want our help with marketing, you want to start building your in the pre-launch with Unify, and you want our funnel to do it because it's obviously it's very advantageous to have that. Then you could just come in at Pro, jump the front of the line. If you're totally broke and can't do that, you can just get on the list for free. Just understand that that list has gotten really long, so that's why we're giving the option to come in at Pro, $100 every 3 months, get that Unifii funnel. When Unifii launches, we're then going to rebuild those funnels because it'll be a more robust funnel for everybody who are pro, without you having to pay more. And then we have other perks and advantages that come with pro, but we'll talk about those after launch because, again, I don't want people to get confused. And like I said, to answer your question again, Tina, I think sometime in late June, after things die down from this crazy exciting time with Unifii, we'll then have a webinar specifically discussing the pros and cons of Elite versus Pro, and people can decide then if they want to, join us with Elite for some of the extra perks.
No, and that's super helpful because I want to be able to respond to people that right now, they basically the pro is giving them everything, absolutely everything they need for Unifii.
Exactly.
So
That's right.
it gives them the benefit of the funnel right away, basically right away, and it gives them the benefit of being in the VIP group. So there is nothing really above that that's going to give them anything else until after the launch. So that's excellent just to have that, and that gives me what I need to share for those that aren't on this call or listening to the replay. It gives me certainly the words to be able to share. So I appreciate that.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome, awesome. I'm going now to Terry Anderson. Prepare your microphone.
Okay, can you hear me?
You're kind of low there in your volume. Do you have a way to turn it up there?
How about better now?
It's really quiet, but I can hear you, so go ahead.
Okay. Hi, Mike. Hi, Robin. Thanks so much for everything, and looking forward to participating in all of this leadership and this awesome opportunity. Question. I don't know if you want to go into this right now, Mike. You alluded to it in some of your email, your posts, but I was wondering about the position after 10 signups. Being able to position yourself again.
Right.
And I know that might be something that you wanted to address in a different arena, but I've had a couple people ask me about that. So.
Well, I just want to say, I did, and I alluded to at the beginning of this call too, when I was talking to you guys about, if you go to the Unifii site and you scroll down to the bottom and you click on affiliate and you watch this video, it goes over the compensation plan. If you click on the PDF here, it has some great slides that you can look at that goes over the compensation plan, and it's a fantastic compensation plan. I'm gonna have a call just on the compensation plan. For those of you watching right now, your sponsor, which again, you should have got an email when you filled out this lead capture form with the sponsor information at the bottom, they should have a video they can refer you to that I did that kind of reviewed some of that. But it doesn't go into the detail. It mentions here, let me open this up. It mentions what Terry's asking about. Let me see if I can find it. But there's an additional nuance. It's awesome, but I think because of the complexity of it, they don't, get into it too much here, but it is really actually powerful. Here it says, refer 10 new affiliates to earn a free additional matrix position. So basically what it means is after you referred 10 people, and again, I know not everyone's going to do that. Some are just going to refer 3, but those who really want to go big with this, if you refer 10 people, they give you a free position. See, so check this out, guys. You know how, for those of you that have been in network marketing a long time, you know how people often try to sneak positions underneath themselves, right? Like they'll sign up and then they'll sign up like their mom, they'll sign up like their spouse, they'll sign up their kids. Sometimes they'll even sign up their dog, and then they'll try to build their organization underneath that, so that all those positions get commissions off that organization they're building. Like that's an often time trick that people try to do that is often frowned upon or even against company policies in the industry, but people will still kind of try to do it. And that's because they want to get paid extra positions off the same work. Well, what these guys did, which I think is absolutely ingenious, and I've never seen it before, is when you refer 10 people, then they give you a free position so you don't have to pay for it. And they let you literally place that wherever you want in your matrix. And then you can start building under that. You could even put one position somewhere in your matrix, which is going to help the people above them, by the way. Like you put that underneath, you know, someone named Sally, and Sally is going to benefit from everything you do there. Plus now you could put another free position underneath yourself, then build under that. And now you're getting paid on your original position. You're getting paid on the first free position, and you're getting paid again on the second free position. You're triple dipping on the organization you build under that last position. So let me just say again, it's basically just giving you a free position that you can place wherever you want, which massively helps your team, and that allows you to get paid, you know, more commission. So when you're building underneath that position, you're getting paid on that position that you just got and your original position. It's pretty powerful. Other than that, Terry, I don't want to go into it much more detail. People didn't follow that. Just know it's extremely innovative, extremely powerful, and in a way is giving people the opportunity to do what most companies network marketing consider cheating the company. Like usually it's not allowed. And here they're actually giving you permission to do it. And they're setting up a structure to do it. They're really, really generous and brilliant on a lot of levels. So I'll have another compensation plan on that. All I want to say right now, Terry, to anyone listening that knows what's going on and wants to go big with this, when you or someone in your team has referred 10 people, reach out to me until I have that webinar that covers it. Reach out to me to make sure that they know what to do, because I didn't do it right. And I signed up like tons and tons of people, so my matrix filled up, and I didn't put any of my free positions in it. And so all my free positions are going to go way at the bottom, which is going to help a lot of people. But I could have gotten significantly more out of the same effort. So I want to make sure that people don't make that same mistake. So as soon as somebody gets 10 signups, let me know. Soon I'll have a webinar on it. We can just send them there. But in the meantime, let me know. And I want to make sure they know how to take advantage of this, because it's pretty cool.
Well, and it's also, Mike, an incentive for people to sign up more people so that they can place themselves strategically more and more. And so, and also the thing is, you know, there's going to be some open positions. You know, some people may stop paying, and there may be like a great position that opens up that you can fill with your own position.
Okay,
So,
Robin, I don't want to confuse people, so that's all I
okay.
wanted to say about it. We got a
There's
lot of people.
strategies I'll be going over with my team
We got a
leadership
lot
as
of people
well.
on here that don't know anything yet about anything, so let's keep it simple for them too, but make sure that
Right.
people know if you
It
got
can be
10
complicated.
somebody's got 10 people in your team, let me know, because I want them to take advantage of this.
Martin de Galmo is Crypto Marty.
Yeah, well, I don't have a question, believe it or not, Mike. I wanted to make a comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
For people out there that are on the fence and they're wondering, oh, you know, is this the same stuff they probably heard for years? It's not. I'm getting leads every single day, and I market, okay, but I'm getting leads every day, and the difference is they're free. I get leads every day, and so does my business partner, Mike Ellis and Dan Street. Absolutely free, top-notch leads. People that are looking for something like this. It's unbelievable. And it's from YouTube and the training from YouTube, which is Robin's doing, and that's all free. All you got to do is do what they say, and you will get the leads, and the funnel's outstanding. I mean, this is a winning lottery ticket if you just cash it in. I mean, that's really all I got.
Yeah, thanks, Marty. It is hard to believe for those that have been in the industry, and it's hard to convey. This is unusual on a lot of levels. Again, I know marketing. Those who know me personally know that I know marketing. Those who don't, that's what Marty's trying to convey. The funnel, it's simple, it's extremely effective. We give you YouTube videos to post. If you don't know how to even create an account on YouTube, we help you do it. And then we show you how to create really simple, unique content in between, so your channel looks unique, but it doesn't have to be fantastic or anything. Like it works if you work it, is what Marty's trying to say, and it works extremely well. And I think it was Mike Ellis, who Marty just referenced, who made a post just today saying like his YouTube channel's like killing it. And he's been trying for years to get it going. And now it's like producing and getting all these followers. Like, we know marketing, you plug into this, it's not just the amazing Unifii opportunity company. It's in pre-launch, like you're here really early, and extraordinary leadership and vision there. But there's also the marketing, and it's just hard to convey. It's a complete package that I've never seen before. I've always been good at marketing, but I have never found an opportunity this early that was this good. I saw a lot of crappy pre-launches that I didn't want to have anything to do with, and I never participated in a pre-launch before. And I've been in the industry for over 20 years. Never participated in a pre-launch in my life. As exciting as they sometimes sounded, I'd look at them, listen to the leadership of the company, listen to the vision, and go, well, this is just a gimmick. That is not what's happening here. This is a company that you usually run into after it's 2 years old, and it's still a great opportunity. It's really unusual to find it before it launches. And then,
I
like
think there's a lot.
Marty's trying to convey, we also have the marketing down for those of you who don't know how to do marketing. So with the funnel and the help that you get. Go ahead, Robin.
There's just so much transparency, as we've seen, because the CEO, what kind of CEO does weekly calls at the same time? The consistency with that, and then bringing their best to it. I mean, it's an unprecedented amount of, really showing up to lead, and having the backing of the corporate infrastructure and all of the bells and whistles that are actually in place for us to utilize and to understand and digest in a simple way. So I think it's refreshing after, the lending platforms fiascos, especially for those in the U.S. and Canada. So it's definitely
Absolutely.
something. Yeah, the consistency.
Absolutely. Robin, do we have more questions from any of the first 25 elites?
Aaron Stitch has his hand up, and I don't know if Teresa, if you have that question still. So let me open it to Aaron here. Aaron Stitch, go for it.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Hi, Aaron.
Okay, great. How you doing tonight?
Real good. How are you?
Good. Hey, I was just wondering, as far as building funnels, are we going to continue to be able to scale that? Because obviously, as we grow exponentially, I guess, is it a matter of just money? And if we can build into the system for new people, maybe a small fee for that or something down the road. I know I'm looking a little bit far down the road, but that's just this is growing so quickly and it's going to grow so fast that are we going to be able to keep up with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why we're starting to move away from the free funnels, because that's not scalable. We want to do as much as we possibly can for everybody, and we maxed that out and found the limits of that. So that's why we're now saying, hey guys, if you want to jump to the front of the line, become pro, after Unifii launches, there'll have to be a fee to get a funnel. We can't do free funnels anymore. We can't scale. We can't grow fast enough. Everything gets slowed down. And I think it's fair to ask people to pay something to help pay for that team, because they're working their tails off, and we can't get more people to build the funnels to scale without funds coming in. So we keep it as cheap as we can. Also, over time, we're going to rebuild the system so it takes less and less man hours from us. So absolutely looking at being able to scale, Aaron, and
Great.
that's partly why, we're focused on this, asking people to do the pro membership so that we can grow the team.
Sure. Okay. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Let me scroll down here, because let me find, let's see if.
I just want to say one more thing to that. Aaron, one more aspect to that is 3 of our VAs, including our manager, have now been with us building funnels and getting to know the community even, and getting to know the process for over 3 or 4 months now, as we geared up to build the cryptocurrency system, which we're now adding Unifii to the front end of. So because of that, they're getting faster and faster and faster as well, because they've been with us a while. So there's a lot of things that are help. Now they can train people up, and it doesn't require me to train someone new up. So there's a number of things that are actually in place now that are allowing us to be able to scale beyond just the pro membership. Go ahead, Robin.
Awesome.
Sorry,
so Teresa, do you have a question there? Oh my gosh, you sound like a chipmunk. Does everyone hear that?
It's not working. We're not able to hear you. If you can hear us, you sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks, but even faster.
Oh my goodness. It's like,
It might be just the connection. Like if you're on a cell phone or something, you might not have a strong enough connection. So let's come back. Who was that?
Teresa,
Teresa?
I think I'm pronouncing her name,
Teresa,
Teresa.
we'll come back to you in a little bit and see if the connection is better.
I don't see any more hands
Oh,
up.
and one more thing for Teresa, if we can't hear from you today, go ahead and see if you can type in a question into the group, and we can address it that way too. But we'll come back to you in a bit and see if we can hear you. So okay, so we've gotten through all the elites that are in the first 25 elite list. If you're an elite anywhere, like if you're an elite member, go ahead and raise your hand if you have any questions. Again, any elite members at all, go ahead and raise your hand if you have a question, and if not, we'll move on to pro members.
I don't see anyone.
Okay, so now let's open it up to pro members. And again, those of you who aren't pro members, aren't elite members, and maybe don't even know what that means, we're going to open up questions to you as well in a moment. But pro members, any pro members that have questions, go ahead and raise your hand. Just want to make sure that we're here for all of you guys with whatever questions might come up.
I've been getting a lot of questions, so hopefully you guys will ask Mike your questions. I see Miriam Gruber or Grubber. Miriam? Go ahead, Miriam.
Is she muted by chance?
She was unmuted. Looks like
Miriam,
she might not have audio.
Yeah, Miriam, we're not able to hear you.
Miriam, you're welcome to call in from the phone number on if you go to your email and get the reminder. It was sent probably an hour ago, an hour before the session started. You could actually call in from your phone if you want to do that, but we don't have any audio from your computer. I know it looks like you're on your computer. So
Miriam, if you can type in your question, we can also address it that way.
yes, we have a chat box down there.
And Robin, if you can remember just before we close out to circle back around to her, maybe that will have corrected itself.
So Teresa's asking how to place someone in the matrix. Is there a video? So I thought I did that on the webinar. I did that yesterday.
Let me show everybody what she's asking. So the slide, for those of you that are new, she's asking how to place someone in the matrix. So you're enrolling somebody, how do you place them under somebody else so you're helping your team? So if you look at this slide, that's kind of showing what we're talking about. Let me go somewhere else. And then there's here. So let me show you this, Miriam. So you would log into your back office. You would go to reports up here.
It's Teresa. Teresa's asking that.
Teresa. What did I say?
Oh, you were talking about Miriam.
Oh, okay.
I'm just letting Teresa know.
So click on reports. If you can see my cursor here. And then go to genealogy right underneath that. Boom. And then go to matrix. And matrix is right here on the left side. And once you're in matrix, you have to look for an empty spot. So you would, let's say, you start hitting these down arrows, and you might see an empty spot sooner. This one's pretty developed. And I just keep hitting these down arrows. And, and I try to look for people that are paying attention, if I'm looking for an empty spot, you might wonder, well, why did I click there? Like if I know that, let's say Shona is paying attention and maybe she's got a funnel going and she's asking good questions, then I'm going to go under her and I'm going to click that arrow, and then you see an empty spot. And when you see an empty spot, now you see 3 people, you might call Shona and say, hey, Stella, Robert, Christy, who's paying the most attention? Who's got a funnel going? She might say, oh, Robert's getting going. So then I'd hit right here, this little plus sign, boom. And then you would sign up your person here and you'll be the sponsor. You'll be the sponsor but they'll fall into that position to help everybody upline in the matrix. I want to say, you know, the only problem with this is awesome that they have this like this and we can help each other. The only problem with this is sometimes it creates a little jealousy because Christy might be working hard too. And she's like, well, why did you give it to Robert? Why didn't you give it to me? And then that can sometimes make Christy feel down. And by the way, I'm not picking on Christy. Just an example. Christy's probably watching going, wait, no, I don't have a problem. My point is, you guys got to be careful with that. Like, you have to understand, like, we're building as a team. We can't build everywhere all at once. If you are committed, listen to me carefully. If you are committed in this team, we have the marketing power and the commitment and the experience to help you get this thing going. If you are consistent, give us a little time. If you didn't get spillover yet and you deserve it, let us know. You're on the radar, and we're going to work with everybody between me and you. And when we turn on the advertising in particularly, we will help you. But we need time. It might be next week. Some of you are getting a little luck now. It might be next month. Might be 2 months from now. Those who are working will get rewarded massively. And if we're late getting to you, like I know there's some people that are bringing people in and doing awesome, and they haven't gotten any spillover yet. I'm like, well, what about me? Well, first we need to get you on our radar. So let us know, but give us time. And if we're really late to the game, like if it's 2 months, I'm like, wow, this person's been like working their tail off. Like, I'm going to help you extra when I finally get there. I'm going to help you extra. Like, we are committed to helping the doers make this thing happen. I believe in the long-term potential of this company. We want to empower the doers, the action takers, the people paying attention, and we will. And again, those who know me know I can do marketing. I haven't even turned on the advertising yet. Give me a month or two, and we will work together as a team to build this thing deep. In fact, I'm going to go, the matrix pays 3 by 9 levels deep. I'm going to build this way beyond 9 levels, way beyond what I even get paid on, to make it secure. Because if you only build down to the 9th level, then then you're done. Like, it's weak. Like, I'm going to build down deep. In fact, that's the beauty of this compensation plan. They're so smart. Where after you sign up 10 people, you can place people, because it stops paying on the top level after 9 levels, but people like me and your upline will then place a new position underneath you on the 9th level, and we'll start building underneath that, which helps everybody up. And then we get to start all over from scratch. It's beautiful. It's absolutely incredible at incentivizing people to help people. If you're taking action and you're following through, we might, some people will get lucky and get spillover right away, but some people are working their butts off right now and they're not getting any love. Let us know. We will give you some love. When I turn on the marketing, there's not going to be a shortage of people. What we need is leadership and help supporting them. So as we're putting people underneath you, we're looking for people that are going to be able to support them and so forth. But if I'm late getting to you, I'll give you extra love. We are very committed to building this thing deep, strong, and supporting our leaders.
Absolutely. And I every time I have a new position, I'm like, who was the rock star this week? Like, who's putting their time in? Like, I mean, I'm building out, like, 9 levels and then another 9 levels. And then, like, with each new position, I'm going to be opening up. So it's like,
you guys got to understand, it's not just me with the marketing, power. It's not just Robin with the marketing power. Like, as a team, everyone's using the funnels and everyone's benefiting from the marketing help that Marty talked about that makes this thing work. So it's the entire team that are able to bring people in, and that spills over. So it's just a matter of time, if you're here this early, that you're going to benefit from that. Again, I don't want people to come in and just wait for something to happen for them. We're looking for contributors. That's where we want to put in our energy. Yes, some people will get lucky, but they have built this in a way where if you do get lucky, you don't win, the $1 million. You win like the $3,000, bonus. And then if you contribute, like if you did nothing, like you did absolutely nothing, you win big, but it incentivizes you to actually contribute to the team to get the full capitalization on that. It's really,
they're going to
really
have parameters. Yeah.
really, really smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any other questions from pro members?
There's a question that I answered to her through the chat here, but she just, Miriam asked, with those who are getting their pro funnels now, meaning their lead capture page funnels from Kajabi, are they to go through all of the, I think she means YouTube videos, and switch it out to the new link that goes to Unify?
Yes. Those of you who've been following the marketing so far and you've been posting videos that I give you, maybe some of your own as well, I went through and I changed my link to the Unify pre-launch link, and I already started getting signups from that. So those of you who've been following using our marketing funnel from the past, and you have a different link underneath this because we have different marketing funnels for different purposes, now that we're in pre-launch with Unify, change those links out, and it'll start directing people to your Unify pre-launch link. Absolutely.
So I don't see any more questions.
Let me open this
People,
up. Let me
Mhm.
open this up now to anybody. So if you're not an elite member, you're not a pro member, but you're here, maybe just filling this out for the first time, trying to figure out what's going on, go ahead and raise your hand. I want to be available to anybody and everybody. Go ahead and raise your hand.
Just bear with me because there's a lot of people. So,
Right, it is kind of hard to.
okay, David Enders, he's an up and coming leader for us. So rock on, David. Let's go for it.
Yeah, hey
Hi,
David,
Mike.
go ahead.
Hi. Long time, hasn't it been?
That's right.
I had two quick questions. One is I've looked at it and I don't see where I can contact those under me that have been placed under me. And also, I
Right.
like to contact, which is Rima, which is the person above me who I enrolled under. When I click on it, it gives me the name and all that. I don't see any contact information. How do I get that?
Yeah. So David's asking, when I get spillover, when my upline, is placing people in my group, he's saying, hey, I want to help support those people. I want to be a contributor, which is exactly what we need. But he's saying when I open those people up, it doesn't give me any contact information. What do I do? How do I support them? How do I reach out and plug them in, make sure they get their questions answered? So great question. I know that Unify wanted to give us that contact information, but they were concerned that if they made it available to everybody, someone might get a call from 10 different people and be annoyed, or get on 10 different people's email lists. So they keep everyone's information private. So David, there's a couple of things. One, you can go search their name in our groups. So we have, I don't know if you're in our VIP group. If so, you could search their name in there. You could search their name in the Unify Team Builder group. Let me go there real quick, which is, it's one of our old ones that we repurposed for this, Unify Team Builder. You can go in here and you can search for them, and you would search for them by going, you'd click on members over here. It says 18,000 members. You'd click here, and then you would enter their name, find a member, and they would come up if they're in there. And if they're in there, then you could reach out to them there and let them know, hey, we're on the same team in Unify, and if you need any help, you want help building your team, be really specific. If you want help building your team, if you want help getting plugged in or get your questions answered, let me know, and I can help. So something like that. And if you don't find them there, another place you can look for them is in the Unify Nation group. They might have been added there, so you could search for them in here. And now, if you don't find them in any of those places, then it's on me and my team to get you that information. And it takes a huge amount of time for us to figure out how to do that, but we're going to figure out how to do that. And we're wrangling in all the leaders and leader growers and people like you that are willing to contribute and make this thing happen. And so we'll get you that information somehow. So start with the groups, search for them, start putting a list together, reach out to them, offer to help. Be specific when you reach out, because you don't know where they're at in the process. Things like, hi, it's David. We're on the same team. I wouldn't say I'm in your upline. They may not know what that means. I say we're on the same team in Unify. I'm here to help. If you want help, building your team, or if you have questions, I'm here. Let me know if you'd like help. And again, if they reach back out, then you can create that conversation. If you can get their, you can take it as far as you want to. If you want to have a Zoom call with them, fantastic. If you're not comfortable with that, then you can keep it with Facebook and notifying them of different things and just making sure they're plugged in to the Facebook groups. Make sure they know we have a system here for them. If they want a marketing system, that kind of make them aware and notify them of different events. When Unifii has a webinar, when I have a webinar, that kind of thing. But again, if you can't find them in the groups, then we need to get you that information, that contact information, and that's what we're working on figuring out how to do now. The team's a little overwhelmed right now building funnels, but I'm trying to free one of them up to help us do exactly what you just mentioned.
Okay, great. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Hey, yeah, and when was the last time we talked? Like 15 years ago?
About there, yeah. Back in the Manatech days.
That's amazing. Well, good to hear your voice again. I've seen you around, and of course we've connected on Facebook a lot, but we haven't talked for a long time. Great to hear your voice.
You too. Thanks.
Awesome, David. See you tomorrow. I am scrolling. There was a couple questions I answered. A new member, Jean-Pierre, just asked if he should get his own CRM or autoresponder. Will I be able to connect my LP to autoresponder at some point? Lead capture page?
We're not there with the system we have now. We're not there where it's possible to connect the lead capture page to your own autoresponder. So it's a little more archaic than that, unfortunately, to allow us to do the other things that we do. For me to help with the market, just a lot of the features requires that we use the platform we have, but it doesn't allow that. However, when a lead comes in, you get notified of that contact information, their name, their email ends up in your email box. For right now, it's just copy that and add it to your list, your autoresponder list. I know it's not ideal, but our present setup allows us to do so many other things that we can't do with other platforms that would allow us to do what you're talking about. I do want to eventually get to the point where we can build our own platform. I've built them before. It's a heck of a job, and it's quite expensive. So right now we're just focused on implementing, taking advantage of this pre-launch, getting the momentum going. But at some point, we would like to be able to do exactly that. But right now, you just get emailed those contacts and you load them into your autoresponder, so we can keep this thing rolling and moving as fast as we can.
Cool. Matt Rebecca is a new pro member, and he said if he's just getting back up and running with it all, where should he, with his YouTube page, where should he start?
Robin, I'm sorry. One other thing I just realized on that last question, I should mention, in case you didn't know, that when a lead comes in through this lead capture page that you get, they do get added to an autoresponder. Now, during the pre-launch, we didn't have time because it would take longer to build the funnels. We only have one autoresponder. But I am going to be giving you emails that you can send to your list manually that are more timely and relevant that you can't accomplish in an autoresponder. And I just wanted to say, typically we have an autoresponder built into this. Because it's pre-launch, we only have one email that goes out right now, so we can just get this thing going. But after Unifii launches, I'm rebuilding the funnels, and we'll have an autoresponder built into the system as well. And then when you get the leads, you can load them into an additional autoresponder, or at least into an email management, system you use, so you can send them an email from time to time. Because I do give you emails that are relevant and timely that we manually send as well. I hope that isn't too much information and that's helpful, but I just wanted to mention that. Sorry to cut you off there, Robin. I just wanted to make sure he knew that. Go ahead.
For sure. So Matt, I had answered him in a short form, but he's just said if he's getting back to YouTube, which video should he load up first?
Yeah, it's a good question. In the VIP group, I've posted a lot of videos that you can upload to your YouTube channel to help you with the marketing. If you go to the pinned post, it's not.
It's called announcements, FYI. Just
they
so
call it
everyone knows. It used to be called pinned post. That's why everyone's like, I don't see it.
Calling it pinned post. Scroll down and you'll see, posts in here that say things like marketing video for Tuesday, June 5th. And you click on that and it gives you information on it. So let me go ahead and you keep scrolling down and you're going to see more like that. Like here's marketing video If you keep scrolling down, marketing video Saturday. So you click on one of these, and it will say if it's a video that you had to have uploaded immediately, and if it does, then you wouldn't upload that one. So this one says upload immediately or no later than Sunday. So this is like a timely topic. It's like a strategic marketing video that reached out to a market that had to be specific to a certain time. So you wouldn't obviously load that one because it says upload immediately or no later than Sunday. So you would just go back and keep looking, and you'll see that some of them say, I like this one would be fine because it doesn't say not to, I believe. You know, you need to read what it says, but it's giving you instructions there because some of them are time sensitive. Let me look for one that's really
But they could
obvious.
also go to your YouTube page and kind of
Well, yeah,
see.
but the YouTube page won't tell them if I recommend
Mm.
not uploading that one. Let me see. There's a whole bunch of them in here. Marketing videos up next. Second marketing video for May 25th. So level of urgency. Not as urgent as the first video I posted today, but this is still very time sensitive. I suggest posting it as soon as you can. So if it doesn't say do not post, you could post this one. If it doesn't say, you know, do not post after June 2nd, it's, you know, I wanted to let people know that some of them are more urgent than others if you want better results, but this one is one that you could post. So read the little tips at the top about urgency or about if it's too late to post. It will tell you. If it doesn't say it's too late to post, then go ahead and post it. Other than that, there's really nothing specific in terms of which one to go to first or second. Just go down the list and look for ones that don't say, hey, it's too late. I'm going to be posting lots more marketing videos starting this week again. So lots more coming. So look for those in the VIP.
I've also posted a couple of videos that aren't on your list, like the Genesis mining, and I've gotten huge response rate from that, from lots of leads coming in from that video, stuff like that. So if you guys search
So
my
Robin
name in the search group,
Robin offered one. You can search her name, and here where it says search this group. Look for her posts where she shared a video that you could share on your YouTube channel, but with your link underneath. I also saw James Lockett posted a really good video that you could post. So you'd search his name in here and look for that as well.
You can always follow, you know, one another on YouTube. Like I follow people on YouTube who I know are posting good videos. So Tina Dodson asked, do new members who signed up directly through our Unifii link, which Mike and I, we talked about this, new members who signed up directly from the Unifii link, not through the lead capture, still have a spot in the funnel matrix? I'm not sure. Maybe
I think she means if someone signed up from the site but never went through this lead capture page, do they still end up in the matrix? And the answer is absolutely yes. It's just not as effective to send people straight here because I have a video here that
Yeah,
explains
Tina,
what's going on.
if they come in, I always email or message them, always meaning if I remember. Like if I know somebody came in and is interested, I send them a message saying, hey, here's a link, by the way, to my funnel. Wanted to make sure I got your email in there. That's what I do, just FYI.
Okay, thank you.
I saw
Cool.
that Pete had a question.
Yeah, let me go to Vasilos because his hand's up right here. Pete Hunley did.
He did, but maybe already got it
The
answered.
hand was down, but let me go to Vasilos. His hand's up here.
Okay.
Vasilos. Go ahead. You have to unmute yourself. It looks like you're muted on your end. Kardamitsis. Can't
I would
see.
pronounce it Basilios, but maybe I'm wrong. It's a cool name.
Oh, Vasilios.
But yeah, it looks, yeah, you're muted. So something you have to do on your end, Vasilios, to unmute yourself. We're not able to unmute you from this end.
Or you could type in your questions. It says you're connected to audio, but maybe he stepped away or something. Let me go back up here. Pete Hunley. Yes, Pete just came in the other day. Pete, go ahead.
He also says muted. Pete, we're not able to hear you. It says that your audio isn't on. Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, hoping all is well. Just wondering for those who are not using the system quite that way and they've paid for leads, how do you go about explaining exactly what's being sold?
You're in the VIP group, right?
Yes, I am.
Go ahead and
But
go
I'm
ahead
not.
and go ahead and ask that. Go ahead and ask that question in the VIP group, and I'll literally just write you an email that you can send them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it won't cost you anything.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just yeah.
I'll reach out to you soon, Pete. Message me over the weekend.
Will do. Thank you, Robin.
And Pete, when you make that post, let me know exactly where you bought the leads. Like, give me as much information as you can about them, and then I'll kind of tailor the email for them.
Gotcha. Okay, I will do. Thank you so much, Mike.
All right.
Yeah,
Perfect.
like, are they going to take their poodle for a haircut? Like,
Right.
who are these people?
Okay.
I see Steve. Steve writes, if we signed up under the Unifii Mike Klingler tab, who is our sponsor? Mike? I don't know what Mike Klingler tab means.
I'm guessing he means like if he ended up at this site, I think, and clicked sign up, and
Well, it says our sponsor. You want to walk Steve? Hey, Steve, do you want to walk him through signing in and then looking at his sponsor? I believe it's in our dashboard, right?
Yeah. So Steve, if you log in to your Unifii site and you go to reports up here,
Well, I
and
think
then
dashboard. No?
and then you put your cursor over
Oh yeah.
your face, it will say enroller's first name, and it will give you your enroller's name. And that's how you can know who your sponsor is. And just understand that, it could say me, it could say Rima, it could say Robin, it could say anybody. It doesn't really matter. Like, if you're in this team, you have the advantages of this team. Like, it's not the same as like some organizations where if you're not with the top guy, you don't get the perks. Like, we have this set up extraordinarily well. If you have any questions about who your sponsor is after you log in, go to reports, put your cursor over your face, and it will say enroller's name. If you have any questions about what that means or the advantages, message me or Robin, and we'll let you know. But we have set this up so that everyone benefits as if you were signed up personally by me. Like, there's nothing you don't get.
And if you are under Rima, I'm your first contact.
Yeah, and I'm your upline as much as I'd be if I had personally signed you up. Like, people have to understand that. Like, there's
Just
no
as much.
disadvantage at all.
Yes, just as much. I'm rallying all the leadership calls, and I'm going to be getting everybody really excited. I have a lot more time than Mike because Mike's building some other things, as you guys know. I'm focused on other aspects, so it's to your advantage if Rima is your sponsor to reach out to me. Andrew asked, are we able to review this webinar later? Yeah, Mike is recording this, so Andrew, for sure. Steve says, I can't finish logging into Unifii because it asks for my sponsor. So that means he's not enrolled, right?
So ask.
Oh, he doesn't have, maybe Steve doesn't have a link, someone's affiliate link. Steve, can you chat? I'm unmuting you here. Can you chat, Steve?
So
Yes.
Are you on the Unifii site, but you don't have like an affiliate, like a / someone's name?
That's correct.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
We want to make sure that the person who referred you obviously gets credit out of respect for them, and it's wherever you fall, as long as you're in our team, you get all the benefits. Can you let me know how you found out about this call?
I watched you under the Unifii, on the broadcast, and your link was under it. I clicked on it, and here I sit.
Where were you? Where were you online?
Okay. Oh,
Were you in your, was it in your email?
No. Let me see if I can recreate it.
Or were you
Anyway,
in
go
a
on.
Facebook group, maybe?
Are you a marketer, Steve? Do you have experience trading?
No, I'm sorry, I don't. I'm trying to get into this, but
So you're a
I just,
newbie?
yes, I just found Mike Klingler's said be sure and watch this today, and it brought us up under Unifii, and then there was underneath that broadcast of his, there was a link to click on. Okay.
Were you involved in our
Unifii.
USI? Were you a part of our USI team before?
Robin,
Okay.
we don't want to go down that line of questioning. Steve, just reach out to me on Facebook if you can, and I'll find the right home for you.
Okay, Mike. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know how to reach me on Facebook? Are we friends?
I've asked to be friends with Anna today.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, so if you can find me on Facebook, go ahead and send me a message. Mention we talked here. And if you can't find me, then just send a message to Anna saying that I had asked you to friend me on Facebook.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, perfect. I'll talk to you soon.
Cool.
Okay, guys, I think we want to wrap this up. I'm going to have lots more of these. We've been on here for almost an hour and a half, and it sounds like we've gotten through the questions. I just want to say a couple of words for those listening in again, because we covered a lot of nuanced stuff. Again, I've been in the industry for over 20 years, and I actually got away from it back in 2003 because I was just fed up with a lot of the antics and a lot of the MLM junkie stuff. I understood why people would jump from program to program, and it's easy to get caught up in that kind of stuff, and then to get tied in with organizations that sound real exciting, but it's often full of hot air. And I've made my own mistakes of aligning with organizations that, I knew that they knew marketing, and because I knew they were exceptional marketers, I assumed that to mean they were good at business and that they were going to do us right. And that wasn't always the case. So I've had a lot of successes. I've had my experience with failures. I've been out away from network marketing for years, and many of you know I was extremely successful as just a marketer, like an independent marketer. I taught marketing. I was a super affiliate for, I remember one time, for example, I promoted one of Mike Dillard's programs, made $200,000 with 8 emails that I promoted one of his affiliate programs. Like, I was extraordinarily good at marketing. That's what I learned how to do. And I didn't think I would ever enter back into network marketing until cryptocurrency came along. And then when cryptocurrency came along last fall, that's when I was, had been around way before that, but I came in late. And I knew I was coming in late. And once I saw it, and when I saw the network marketing aspect, I was like, this is awesome. But it was a new animal. And it was easy to take advantage of me. And I know that a lot of people were taken advantage of. One thing that I believe, though, and I've had 7-figure, even 8-figure income years. I've made huge amounts of money. I've squandered huge amounts of money. I've been through the gamut. I've been burned in network marketing, but here's the thing. I've been burned in traditional business too. Business is tough. It is, but so is life. Not going to escape that. We have to learn, and we have to keep moving forward. And I think there's 2 different types of people. There's people who give it their all at something and they fail, and then they're pissed off about it for the rest of their life and never give it their all again. And then there's people who are the minority, who give it their all, they fail, they're pissed off for a few months, then they get back up and they go at it again. And they might fail again, and then they go at it again. But they learn. I am much more cautious now than I've ever been in my life when I'm analyzing an opportunity. And I think we should be. I don't want to make you guys excited about this. That's not where I'm coming from. I want to make you excited about taking a serious look at it. I'm excited about it. I've been through the gamut. I've got tons of experience with the good, the bad, the ugly, the outstanding opportunities, some that I created myself, some that I partnered with. I've been burned. And I'm assuming most of you have been through some of that and maybe all of that as well. All I'm saying is I do have the experience to say definitively that this is unusual. It's unusual for all the reasons that we went over today. The marketing system that we bring, the sincerity and the experience of what we bring, including the mistakes we've made in the past that give us extra caution. The company itself, if you sit down and listen to the CEO speak about the vision of the company, you can see it's not canned. You can see he actually cares about what he has to teach. And you can see that he knows what he's doing. And when you look at the site, this isn't your typical pre-launch organization. When you look at the nuances of the compensation plan, I'm just telling you, look, this is worth taking a serious look at. That's all I'm saying. And those of you that are already in and so forth, this is where, you know, those of you who see that, let me just talk to you for just a moment and we'll wrap up. Those of you, and I know, you know, we know from the questions, we know that there are people here. I know you guys, a lot of you personally, I know that you see what I see. Now my message to you is, these are the rare moments where you've got to stretch. Like this is where you know, I'm stretching right now. Like, trust me, I am stretching. I've got 2 kids, they're teenagers, which makes them like 8 kids. I've got health challenges of my own that are pretty serious. And so I have to be very careful about that as I extend. I've got, you know, I've got a dad who just went through a surgery, very serious surgery. Like I know it, and I got burned and lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Money I had to pay taxes on, by the way. Didn't just lose the money, I had to pay taxes on the money I never got because last year I got burned in the crypto space. Like I know challenges very, very well. I know success very, very well. What I'm telling you with that experience is if you see what I see here, or even the tip of the iceberg of it, enough to know that you want the system, you want to promote, you want to be a part of the pre-launch, don't treat it lightly. Like this is one of those moments that are worth the extra focus. It's big success is all about timing. We know that, we hear that, we kind of understand that, but it's hard to see it when it's happening right now. So my message to those of you who see what I see in this or see enough of it that you're excited about it, do the extra. Reach out to the people in your group. See if you can find them. Get on the calls. Go to the site and watch all the videos. Get your YouTube channel set up. Post the videos that I've put there. Go the extra mile on this one. The timing is incredible. So seize the day is the message for you. And Steve and anyone else that's still looking to sign up, try to figure it out. If you reach out to me, I'll find where your home is. I'll find out where where you're supposed to go, and we'll make sure that you're taken care of. All right, guys, we'll have lots more of these. Really excited about this. Those in our community, look for more marketing videos from me this week to post to your channels to get more leads. And those of you who are pro members, I think the team is wrapping up building your funnels today. Those of you that are wanting to get a funnel fast and not wait at the end of the line, reach out to your sponsor, reach out to us and ask us, how do I get a pro funnel? We'll get you hooked up. All right, guys, have a fantastic evening. And again, I think the message of the day is do what you need to do to see what we see in this before the launch happens. So again, you can seize the day. I think it's one of those special moments. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Good night, everybody.